Hey, what's happening out there? Josh Ovaltine here. This is a new video series that I'm going to be doing called Tales from the Marginally Famous. And basically, it's going to be a little stories. And so this will be the first episode. I guess it'll be the first season, too. Season 1, Episode 1, we'll call it. And this will be the title, the running, working title of this episode will be Dez Cadena. All right. So it goes like this. This takes place, I want to say, in the very late 90s, like 99 or around 2000, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure on the exact year or date or anything like that, but it's around that time, circa that time. And I was in the band Volume 11, and Volume 11 had half the band lived in LA and the other half lived in Riverside. So basically, we would alternate when we'd practice. One week we'd go to LA, the next week we'd go out to Riverside, blah, blah, blah. And long story short, we got to get pretty in with the LA scene, so to speak, like a lot of the, some famous people and a lot of musicians and artists and, just random LA freaks and stuff. We got to hang out in the late hours of the evening with these people, go to like private after parties, and we got invited to all kinds of cool stuff. And I got to just, it was kind of like a dream come true type thing in a lot of ways. And we would practice at this place called the Canadian Building, which was in downtown Los Angeles. Basically, it was the closest cross streets would be like, I believe, Main Street in Los Angeles. And at that time, Los Angeles Street was Skid Row. Skid Row, it migrates. They get kicked out in one place and they move to another and stuff. But at the time, it had been Los Angeles Street for like years, and it was just tent city as far as the eye can see. So once the stores closed. Anywho, yeah. So and it was right down the street from the Smell, So we got to go to a lot of cool things, and this story, being called Dez Cadena, is about one night after practice, we got invited to go to Dez Cadena's apartment, which was up the street a couple blocks, and they were celebrating his 40th birthday. I'm 44 years old. At the time, I was like, I want to say like 23 or somewhere around there, 23, 24. So this is a big deal, I was a huge, huge fan of Black Flag, and, just totally, he's like a, punk rock star, And yeah, so we walked, because that's what you do in downtown LA. You just walk around, and everything's really close. It's like New York, but not that intense. But like, so we walked, a couple blocks up. I want to say where it was. I guess you go out. We went up 4th Street or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but on the way there, little side note. There's like, we see this like red jelly like stuff on the concrete, and it's like little spots here, spots there, and there's this like big old clump of like this fleshy looking thing. It was actually like, looked like somebody's brain, basically. It was on the freaking sidewalk. That's how downtown LA was at the time. It was insane. You could see just about anything any time there. It was wild, and we got used to just being around this. It's crazy. It's a whole other world there. It was like a third world country basically in downtown Los Angeles. And so we arrived to the party, and it's his 40th birthday. He greets us and stuff. It's like, oh, hell yeah, cool. And it turns out that, like, there was only a few people there. Like, we were rolling about 6 deep, and I want to say maybe there's 3 other people there. One of them I already knew. He was a friend of ours. And, so it was a trip. It was just like a few people, mostly people that I hung out with regularly and at the time, and Dez Cadena. Yeah, very like surreal experience. But he has having this giant crab feast at the time, and like literally it was like a table full of crab, like birthday cake, you know, the 40th decorations everywhere and stuff. And it turned out that earlier that like a couple days prior to that event, that's when Dez got signed on with the Misfits, and he was, you know, there he was with the Misfits for many years, and it was probably their most formative years as far as their popularity goes and stuff. So, pretty interesting. Yeah, so that's my little tale. I got to go to Dez Cadena's party and stuff. I never really hung out with him again, or even really before that. I had run into him once in a while. That's just strange, you know, getting invited to his 40th birthday party. Now, I mean, he's going to be 50 something, you know. Anywho, that's my story. This is episode 1. We'll see what episode 2 will be about. Anyways, be safe out there. Remember to wear a mask, and remember to stand up for what you believe in, and do what you feel is right, and fight for change, you know, because right now the world that we're living in needs some major changes. So anyways, peace and love out there, guys. Take care. Josh Olvertine signing out. Aloha.